Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Minecraft survival world. Today, believe me when I tell you, we are going to be doing some ridiculous things in just a moment indeed. And I'm trying to keep it hidden as much as possible, but just take a wild guess at what we're standing on right now. So obviously we've got some coal ores beneath us. We're quite up in the air. We've got all of these cool farms surrounding us. We got the sugarcane farm over there, we got the crop farm, the cactus farm, and I realized that I just have tons and tons of different farms in this area. But anyway, take a guess where we are. I think I've already revealed pretty much too much of it, so I'm gonna go and show you the whole thing. So brace yourselves, because this is pretty epic indeed, and let's take a look. Yes, we have loads and loads and loads and loads of ores right underneath our feet. As you can see, the ore pile, the ore pyramid, whatever you want to call it, is completely done and it's finished. It's taken quite a long time indeed to get fully filled up with all of the ore blocks, and yesterday night I went on a really long, like about a 3-hour long mining session, and I filled up the last 4 layers of the pyramid. And not only that, I got so many surplus ores that I just started to kind of spam them around everywhere, and I also created this little line right at the front here. And before you say that, you know, you've cheated, you've clearly spawned in all of these ores or something like that, I didn't obviously do this all in one night or anything like that. That would be absolutely ridiculous indeed. But obviously this thing has been building up over time, over the episodes. Gradually I've been adding in a few ores here and there, and now it is completely finished. It's completely built up all the way to the top, and I don't know how that zombie got inside. I think he climbed across there by the looks of things. I think this is a little bit dangerous actually, because mobs can basically just walk in, so it's not exactly the safest thing. I've also finished adding in this big fence around the edge of our fortune area, but I feel like leaving this thing here. I feel like just, you know, keeping it as a kind of a monument to show the wealth of our survival world or something like that. And it's definitely been a monument here for a long time. But now the time has come to actually tear this thing down, and I literally cannot wait. So there is actually a specific reason why we're actually tearing this thing down in today's episode, right now at the start of the episode, and that's because pretty soon we are going to be preparing for the Wither boss fight, as I've been saying for many episodes now, and obviously we're going to need to enchant ourselves some armor and some weapons, and for that we need some levels and we also need some diamonds, and we've got both of them right here in front of us. When we use these 2 fortune pickaxes, which I've got, is fortune 3, efficiency 4, and unbreaking 3 are the enchantments on both of these things. So when we use these to mine up all of the ores, obviously we're going to get tons and tons of XP, and you know, very many ores, ridiculous amounts of ores indeed. So I brought myself some chests as well, and we have the chests over there, as you can see, ready to receive all of these ores. I think it's going to take a while to actually, you know, move them from over here to over there, so I probably might place the chests in a different place. But yeah, this will produce loads and loads of items. My inventory is going to be filled up pretty quickly, I think, when I start actually mining this thing out. And yeah, I think there's nothing more to say. This is a big moment, a momentous occasion, where we start finally digging this thing up and getting all of the precious ores from this thing. I think all of these ores are just going to last me for so long. It's literally going to stock up my chests down there in the base pretty much forever. I don't think I'm going to have to go mining for a long time after this, especially in terms of the coal, because there is so much coal here. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I'm just going to go and mine all of this out. It will probably take a little bit of a while, and go down there in the comments section and take a guess. Take a guess at how much coal ore we're going to have, at how much redstone ore, how many diamonds, how much lapis and nether quartz as well. And take a guess and see whether you're right at the end, because I think I'll show you in just a second once I've finished clearing this whole area out, how much we actually get at the end of it all. And at long last, with this tiny last piece of our giant ore pyramid, we have almost completely finished this, and we've almost got all of the ores. This last redstone ore, should I just leave it here? Nah, I'm gonna get rid of that as well. And take a look at this. We've completely swept clean this entire area, ready for its next use, where I'm probably going to end up building a really huge ore pyramid using all of the space. And to just give you an idea of how many ridiculous ores we've got, I think this one's empty. Then we have all of this coal here, and I'll add this to the pile as well. Then we have all of this lapis and all of this nether quartz. More coal, as you can see, lots and lots of redstone, and we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half pretty much stacks of diamonds and nearly 2 stacks of emeralds as well. Mostly we've got tons of redstone and tons of coal because they actually drop quite a lot. But also I really didn't expect to get this much XP from these ores. I mean, I've got 60 levels. I don't even think my XP meter has ever read that high before, but yeah, this thing is completely done. And now I think I'm going to go ahead and convert all of these into blocks so we get a better idea of what we've got here. And yeah, this is all of the different ores that we've collected in terms of blocks. So we've got tons and tons of coal ore, tons and tons of redstone, and 39 blocks of diamonds, 12 blocks of emeralds, and a stack of blocks of quartz, and also pretty much a stack and a half of that. We've got 2 lapis lazuli stacks, and pretty much 2.5 nearly. And yeah, this is everything that we've got. So now I've got to do the painstaking process of taking this all back, and we seem to be lagging because I just logged on to the world, so we seem to be lagging quite a lot. But now I've got to do the painstaking process of taking all of these blocks back all the way to our base. Wow, now this is one absolutely amazing inventory. I think my inventory should look like this more of the time. Definitely in favor of that one. So guys, I'm all prepared for the next step in all of this, which is enchanting all of this crazy stuff here. So hopefully I will be extremely lucky on the first time. So obviously we've got our diamond armor here. We've got a full set of diamond armor, which I think is something I haven't actually made in this world yet. We've also got a diamond sword here to enchant, and we have ourselves a plain bow, which we can also enchant. So I think I'm going to start with the helmet right here. And what have we got already? Aqua Affinity 1, not looking very good. Not looking very good at all. I think if we actually start with something else, will that refresh the enchantment thing? And Breaking 3, that's good. Protection 3 and Breaking 3, Thorns 1. Well, that's decent, but it could have been a lot better, that's for sure. Protection 3 will probably help, but I'm pretty sure it could have been a little bit better than that. Let's see if the I was going to say trades, but we're not working with a villager here. Well, they've not been refreshed, but wait, did it have respiration? I can't even remember what it had. It was only a second ago, but I can't remember. But I think respiration 3 is good anyway for the future. So this is just respiration and unbreaking. I'm not having the best day today. I'm not having the best day, but I've got loads of diamonds and loads of levels. So you know what? I'm just prepared to click on whatever comes up right now. So we've got Unbreaking 3, Projectile Protection 4. It's okay. I guess that will protect from the wither's fire charges, which he fires out. I think I'm not actually sure whether it even protects from that. Feather falling. You know what? I'm going to keep feather falling anyway, especially when it's feather falling 4 and fire protection. That's decent. for the boots there, but not the best set of enchantments I've ever seen. My XP levels have gone down a little bit as well, obviously, which was expected. Fire aspect 2. I'm pretty sure I already have a fire aspect sword somewhere, so let me go and have a look at which one this is. This is fire aspect 2, unbreaking 3, and sharpness 3 as well. And this is smite 4 and looting, so I'm not really sure whether I actually need a sword. Let me go and enchant the bow first. How about that? My current bow is just power 3 and unbreaking 3, which is already pretty good. But I have a feeling... flame 1, let's see what I can do. Oh, come on, no. No, not a level 30 enchantment just for Flame 1. Okay, that's not gone very well at all. I think I'll leave it with my set of bows acquired from mobs. I've got some better enchantments on these ones, to be honest. Power 2 right here and Power 2 as well. I need to combine these up to create a nice bow. I can create the same bow as I've actually got here with these 4 if I combine them up. With Unbreaking 2, Unbreaking 2, that will create an Unbreaking 3. Bow, and then power 2 and power 2 will create a power 3 bow, and then I can combine those two and make this exact one here. And I got all of these off mobs, of course, so yeah, I can add flame to that as well, I guess. But I think I'm just going to go get some more stuff and enchant it anyway, just to see if I can get any better enchants, which I think I probably can. And let's have a look at what this will give us. Smite 4, looting 3. It's the exact same sword except without unbreaking. I think this one had unbreaking, if I am right. No, it is literally the exact same one. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit more enchanting. So my enchantments didn't go as well as planned. Again, I enchanted another set of diamond armor, and it didn't turn out too well again. Minecraft is not working properly today. It's not working in my favor. And the bow as well was really terrible. I got power 3, which I already have on my current bow, and I didn't even get unbreaking. And the other one was obviously flame, so I'm going to have to combine all of these together to make a good bow. Also, the sword, I couldn't get any good enchantments apart from looting on that one, so I didn't even bother enchanting it. And the armor was fire protection on the helmet, protection 4 on the chest plate, and fire protection and breaking, and also projectile protection on the boots right there. So that's decent, but definitely not the best. Very far from the best. So I decided to actually put up these armor stands, which are the first armor stands I've made in this world. I'm doing a lot of first things in today's episode, just to make the place look a little bit better, and so I can actually store some of my armor down here. And actually, I feel like after putting these in, I feel like making loads more of these and just putting them around, because recently I've been collecting loads and loads of random bits of armor from mobs, and there are some really cool enchantments in here, like Respiration 1, which isn't actually the best one. This is the best one. Fire Protection 2, Aqua Affinity, Unbreaking, Respiration, and then we've got the Feather Falling Boots right here, Unbreaking. We've got everything on some of these crazy leather caps and leather boots and things like that. You know, I can't even get it with enchanting diamond armor right here, which is kind of annoying. The mobs have more luck than me, it seems, but now I am looking pretty cool in my diamond armor. I definitely haven't seen this sight for a long time. So we're over here in my creative redstone world, and that can only mean one thing. We're going to be experimenting around with some crazy redstone contraptions to help us in our survival world. So the problem that I'm actually having is with the crop farm, as you've probably heard many times before if you've been watching these episodes. And we have a glass item elevator there, which takes up all of the items to the surface, to our storage system. And there's a slight problem with that. That actually works perfectly. It's really efficient, but it takes them all up to a single hopper stream, which is not sufficient to actually handle all of them. And we need to increase the capacity of that storage system, because the items are all just going up and the hoppers are getting blocked up, and then they're actually just despawning there, which is really bad, because obviously it takes me a long time to actually plant all of the items, so it's bad if it doesn't work properly. So I've been coming up with a few random ideas here, a few redstone designs to help us solve that problem. And this one is quite cool. It looks quite nice, and it's based on a circular design here where the items flow around. Well, it's not really a circle, obviously. We all know there aren't any circles in Minecraft, but it's a kind of a cycle where the items keep going around until they've been picked up by the hoppers. And it's kind of cool because it can look like a bit of a monument or something like that. I was thinking about how the aesthetics would look. I'd have some glass on the sides, and I'd have all of the chests going down like this. But the only thing is that it's very, very complicated and long to build, and it's pretty much impossible to split all of the item streams up into each and every one of these item elevators individually. It would be really, really long. So I ditched that design, and then I came up with this random idea here, which is loads of item elevators kind of stacked next to each other. I really hate that sound, so I'm trying to get away from it, but just to show you there, all of these can be actually fitted next to each other. But obviously that is completely unnecessary. We don't need that many item elevators, so I settled with this thing right here, which should do the trick. And the good thing about this, I think I'm just gonna cut off all of these things for now because they're really annoying. But the good thing about this is we have all of these hoppers here, and they will kind of store the items as they come along. So once all of these hoppers are filled up, then they'll start sending up the items one by one, of course, because these item elevators are really, really slow compared to the glass ones. And the hoppers will shift them over one by one into the chests. But while that's happening, then the excess overflow can go into the next module, and the same thing can happen. And if there's another overflow, then it can go into this module right here. So we've kind of got an overflow protection system which keeps going. And I think I'm actually going to edit this design a little bit more and add in a little bit of a cycle here as well, so the items kind of flow back in somehow. I don't exactly know how I'm going to do that, but I think there must be some way. And that will pretty much be the design done, and hopefully this thing will work, but I've got no idea whether this is enough or not for our crop farm. It may be that this is too small and it's not enough capacity, because I've really got no idea as to how many drops exactly this can take and how many drops our farm even produces. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of experimentation and actually build this thing in my world before I can tell whether it works or not. So I've been getting up to quite a bit of terraforming actually in this area, and I haven't started building that huge storage system or sorting system or whatever it is just yet. And actually I've been getting up to a lot of different other things. I've been kind of procrastinating, if this counts as procrastinating, except it's quite important stuff to be done. So you can tell that there's been quite a few crazy changes around this area. First of all, I've lowered everything down by one block where these paths were. So obviously this was the level of the ground before, and I'm just going to use my awesome sword to get rid of this guy, although he's not too much of a problem for me now with this crazy diamond armor, which is looking really cool. But yeah, all of this has been lowered down by one block. I've kind of completed this area, so you can see the pillars here are all the way down to the ground, whereas these ones aren't. And also there is a big chunk of land here, like a huge bit, which I've just dug down to the ground. So we have this little tunnel thing is no longer a tunnel, it's more just like a thing directly underneath this bridge, whereas before it extended out sort of all the way to here, because there was land in all of this area basically. And I've got rid of all of that because I think it just looks a lot cooler. It's probably what I should have done from the beginning, and I had no idea what to do with this space, so I kind of wanted it to be, you know, a kind of a path in the middle and the dips down to either side, and I think that would look really cool. So I think I'm going to go and kind of replicate everything we have on the walls over here on this side over here. So we kind of have the fences there, and basically it's just a really, really cool way of doing things. I've still got no idea what I'm going to build in this area or anything like that, but yeah, like I say, I have been getting up to a little bit of terraforming down here, and I do know where I'm actually going to start building this storage system whenever I decide to do that in a few minutes probably, and it's going to be right over here. Wow, there is a horde of zombies chasing me, and wow, okay, lag is making them go extremely fast here. but it's probably going to be over here in this area, and I'm really not sure how I'm going to kind of build it and how I'm going to fit it into this area. I've got no idea. I've never built anything like this before on this scale, and these guys are just popping out of nowhere now. This is pretty ridiculous, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of planning in this area. But also, you may have noticed my voice is a little bit kind of rusty right now, if that's the best way to describe it. And that's because I'm quite ill right now, but obviously I'm still gonna record anyway. Why not? And so please excuse my voice. It is a little bit dodgy right now, and hopefully I'll get better soon and can record to a little bit better quality, and hopefully it doesn't affect the video too much. Yep, here's another surprise visit in this episode to the Redstone creative world, because I have made yet more changes to our Redstone system. So things are, yeah, a little bit more advanced, I guess, than what we had before. This was a very simple system, but now we're going to go with something like this. And I've also made changes in the actual survival world, and I've gone and cleared out a whole area ready for this, so I'm ready to build this thing, and now I know exactly what I'm actually going to be building as well. So this new storage system is just sort of, this part is the actual storage system, and all of this stuff is just it's actually not part of the system, but it's actually just really cool redstone contraption which I've just created just now, which actually allows me to test the system out by firing loads and loads of items like rapidly into this thing. I think it's so awesome. Like, I'm quite proud of it, to be honest, because it was a really spontaneous build. And as you can see, I've been getting loads and loads of items and filling them into these chests. It's pretty ridiculous, as you can tell, and it's taken quite a lot of kind of item replicating and, you know, using the pick block key and things like that. Just like this, for example. My pick block key is set to B, to the letter B. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of that, and I've set up this system with loads and loads of dispensers, or droppers actually. These are droppers over here, and these have all been filled up with all of the items, as you can see. And obviously we have this water stream here, and so all of the items can be fired out using these, or using this one redstone clock, which fires everything. So I'm quite happy with this little thing here, even though it's not part of the actual design. But the thing that's different about this item sorting system or storage system compared to that one is it's a lot more compact, because it's quite an intelligent design compared to the other one, even though it could still do with a few improvements. But the thing is that these hoppers kind of overlap in this one, so all of the items will flow down into the hoppers before they actually go into these dropper item elevators. So they'll always flow down, and that means that this item elevator will be used up first, and once that one's completely filled up, then it will be this one, then it will be this one, and then it will be the last one over here. So it's kind of like a more compact, cooler looking and more efficient version of the old design we have over here, and it produces two hopper streams at the top, which run into two sets of chests, which shouldn't be too hard to fit into my area at all. So I'm really proud of this thing, but now all that's left to do is to actually go and test this thing. I did accidentally start it up a while ago, so there we go. That is the redstone clock activated, and this thing is going. All of the items should be firing out of there. Yeah, that looks pretty ridiculous indeed. But as you can see, the hoppers pick everything up straight away, and that means that all of the items are going straight into the system. They're not going to have any chance to despawn and to be kind of just floating around here. They're going to go straight into the system, and they should be going straight into this chest as well. Wow, that was very fast indeed. That was extremely fast, much faster than I would have expected. So this thing is working, and I absolutely cannot wait to build it now. The two item elevators have been installed in the area where we're going to have our storage system, as you can see. And yes, I did have 4 in the design in the redstone world, and that is just actually completely unnecessary. I looked back at the design and realized that all of the items were flowing through the hoppers all directly into the furthest item elevator. So this is the only one which will actually be used. But if for some reason I'm completely wrong, then this one is likely to kind of save the day just in case. So it's kind of like a spare item elevator in there. And that didn't take too long. The water streams and stuff were a little bit of a pain to do to get some, the ice underneath them. And to actually get the ice in the first place, I had to go on top of some mountains and things like that, create some big lakes up there and wait for the water to freeze. It was really annoying. Unfortunately, I don't have access to a packed ice biome just yet. But yes, as you can see, I've also done a little bit of rewiring of all of the redstone here, and I've got 2 switches. Now, before I actually had 1 switch for the whole thing, so everything would be harvested all at once, which is not too useful if you want to kind of harvest one side at a time, and if you just want to plant one half of the farm. So now we've got these 2 switches. So if I just unflick one of them, you can see that we'll get only one side of the farm with water. I thought it was broken then for a second, but then I realized nope, it's just Minecraft lagging as usual. So yeah, now we have selective redstone inputs like that, which is really cool. But we have run out of time for this episode, so in the next one I think we'll be building out this storage system, making it look all nice and lovely, and making a nice room down here. I've got a few ideas for that. But yeah, this episode has gone quite over the limit. And I think maybe, if we have important things to do like this in certain episodes, I think I wouldn't mind it going over the limit just a little bit. And I think we've done some pretty awesome stuff in today's episode. Yep, we're back in this crazy little area here, and everything is nice and finished up. It looks really cool, and all the walls have been done, and the side bits, and I've also gone and put some glowstone in behind those bits of glass inside these walls. I think I'm just going to walk backwards and kind of give you a backwards tour of things around here. So everything's been nicely tidied up, and I think it looks really fantastic. But like I was saying, that is enough for this episode. I think we've gone and done loads and loads of different pieces of work, loads of different projects, and I think it is probably like well overdue. This episode is probably like 1 month since I released anything to my channel, which is absolutely horrendous. But actually it's because I've been having a lot of work from college, and I've also been ill, so it's actually very hard to record these episodes at the moment, but I will get back to it in due course. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.